I would say Wonderlands does the bare minimum. Like your ex-boyfriend, it can't even do that. I'm on a journey to get the Platinum Trophy and 100% in every single Borderlands game. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, the pre-sequel, the Telltale games, even that Tiny Tina one-shot adventure. We got the Platinum for Wonderlands last time, now we're back for the DLC trophies. So if you like the video, like it, and if you love it, feel free to subscribe. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, especially the DLC, it's just a disappointment. In Dungeons and Dragons, you can do anything. I had an entire character named Himbo that caught people in a barrel of holding and used them like Pokemon. You can do anything. It's the dumbest game in the world if you want it to be. Is seducing people to fight for you a horrifying concept? Sure. But is it hilarious? Definitely. The point is, in the game of pretend, you can do anything. And Borderlands knows how to be silly. This had so much potential. And they threw that potential straight in the garbage. Let's get into it. And who am I gonna play? Last time we did the Stabbermancer build, embracing all things bonk, but in the spirit of the DLC, we're using the only DLC class they added, the Blight Caller. They love all things green, all things poison, and that is my favorite color after all, and I'm a very toxic individual, so it works out beautifully. To play that new class, it did mean I had to play through the entire game again off screen, so we can get to max level for the DLC. Don't worry, I'm not boring you at that a second time round. That's what the last video's for. Finishing that meant I had a pretty decent build with good weapons, even some legendaries, but that didn't seem very fair. None of that was from the DLC, and you guys didn't see me get any of it, so I sold everything, and I'm starting this DLC how I started life, naked and defenseless. Well, not quite defenseless, because the color green from the poison reminded me of a certain energy drink with 3 claws, and since I don't have any weapons, I embrace my inner Kyle, get ready to punch some walls, and with the help of my best friend here, I guess you could say we're both white monsters. Even if I look slightly like I'll kick you out of my swamp. Somebody! We start this video in Dreamvale Overlook, and I have to admit it is super pretty. And I speak to Vesper, a dragon lady. She introduces us to the Wheel of Fate, which I immediately get to spin. Remember, I have nothing, so anything we get here will be massive. Getting 2 legendary shields. I might have to bonk everyone with my marshmallow hands, but at least I've got a shield. There are shops here, but it felt like cheating to buy anything, so I don't bother. I'm ready for the first mirror, or at least as ready as I can be considering I am defenseless. We get a cutscene of Vesper telling us that in the mirrors are monsters who lie to our faces, so we have to fight fire with fire to reshape the reflection. And we see a dragon as we enter DLC 1, the Shattering Spectre Glass. I do the only thing I know how. These hands are rated E for everyone, and they're on a fire sale. I punch some blokes and mimics, finding an amulet, a melee weapon, and a class mod so I can bonk a bit better. I steal some gold ore and I rig a minecart full of dynamite to clear the path, but I can't figure out how to make it blow up. I still have no weapon, and I think maybe I need fire. I find a spell and that doesn't work either, so I keep throwing hands for a bit and I find a frozen shotgun and a freaking legendary, but of course it's a melee weapon. Probably the least useful option here other than another shield. I go back to the card and it's gone now. Somehow it just blew up. I've got no idea what happened, but at least I can pass. That's until the next cave-in, and these barrels are all immune to damage. I figure I need the right type, so I try different elements. I use fire, ice, poison, still nothing, until I find another explosive minecart. This also says it's immune to damage, but if you ignore that, it does eventually blow up. I then have to take on a gold golem, and I use my action skill. It's a blight storm. It literally rains poison. It's super cool. I like it. It doesn't stop me from getting down though, and here I discover white monster is actually a white hero. He can revive me. Oh, white hero, I don't like that. That seems borderline close to racism. Let's just call him, I was gonna say white, no, it isn't any better, is it? Let's just call him monster. Golem down though, I grab the last of the gold ore and a portal opens, taking me to some barrack, where I have to, and I'm quoting here, defeat enemies and destroy their standard. I don't know what that means, but since there's no waypoint on the map, I just kill a bunch of dudes until I get distracted by a giant D20. I spend far too long here trying to roll it and it does literally nothing. And then when there's no one left to kill, I just kind of wander around and around and around. I can't see anything to do. There's no hints, there's no markers, nothing. And eventually I have to stop the recording and freaking Google it, because I just had no idea what I needed to do. Apparently I needed to shoot the red flag. So I continue where I left off. I followed this arrow here to this red flag that does nothing. I finally find the right ones they mean, and the next flag spawns with the next set of enemies. Maybe I am the dumb one, but at this point just cover me in yellow paint. So whilst I fight these guys and destroy the flags in the background, I'm going to explain what I think is happening. Vesper says we shouldn't judge her on her old standards, and I don't know what that means. I think it's alluding to maybe she used to be a bad person and she's trying to do better, because we're actually in her memory apparently. It goes back and forth between memory and metaphor, I don't know. What I do know is I find a poison spell, finally. My build is poison, the green stuff is good. I take out the rest of the scaly mens and the flag, now that I actually know what to do at least, and I fight a badass troll before taking a portal. This takes me to a dragon's nest. She says this is another memory where she hid the song of her heart, so we need to keep breaking dragon eggs until we can find it. I will say though, I laughed at this part because Vesper uses a joke straight out of one of my terrible boss rush scripts.
Why Burns? More like, why not die already, Burns, right?
I find the loot, which is the song of her heart, and it opens a path to the old treasury. Now we're getting somewhere. Vesper tells us her memories were scattered by them. I don't know who them is, but I think through fighting through all of this, it clears her mind. She says the treasury is only known by the most evil of people. She definitely wasn't one of them or anything though, she just happens to know things. Get me that Peter Pan clip, because that sounds an awful lot like foreshadowing to me. I fight through enough skellies till trolls rock up, and then each one drops me a lever that I need. I do this 3 times. All of our hard work's gonna pay off. I open the ancient hidden treasury, and it has 1 weapon. That's completely useless. Vesper has the audacity here to say that she's seen our eyes light up when we seen it as well. Shut up! But it reminds her the light behind her eyes was stolen, so we have to go get that back. Again, more metaphor, maybe literal, I don't know. So I fight through baby dragons until I get to fight a robo one. I see it through a fence and try and get a few cheap shots in. The game won't let me. It tells me to stop being a bitch and throws me into the arena. Where honestly, I didn't have anything to worry about. It goes down super quick. Dropping 2 more legendaries. One is a class mod, which is neither of the classes I'm using, and another legendary shield. There's one final task. So I jump through the portal and she says we're about to fight a monster. We must show no fear because he feeds on lost souls. So I guess taking him out will get Vesper's soul back? Although that show no fear thing was a load of crap because they do so much damage. They basically kill me in 1 hit. Monster saves the day as good as they can, but they're taken out too, and that oh so familiar blue portal beckons. And I have to start all over again. I get kicked out the mirror. I was feeling pretty positive though, because I now have way better equipment than when I started it, especially since I get to spin the wheel some more, where I get frickin' skin. Are you kidding me? And if that isn't useless enough, I get another legendary shield. Oh, and the legendary class mode of that only thing it does is give us XP when I'm literally the max level, so it would do nothing for me. The game just loves messing with me, I think. But now I actually know what I'm doing. It's so much quicker. I grab the gold, blow up the minecarts, take out the golem, take out the skellies, the flags, break the eggs, get the loot, open the treasure room, get useless crap once again, take out the baby dragons, then the robo dragon, back to Red Morn. Actually finding a poison SMG makes such a difference here as well. I do get dropped here, but I do manage to find a defenseless baby dragon to murder so I can get back to my feet. I then finish off the big guy getting our first ding trophy. Vesper says I defeated fear itself, so I should go back for a reward, but there just isn't one. I go back and it says, yay, those enemies will be in the chaos chambers, but like they already were. They were just from the base game. There's nothing new. I spin the wheel again, getting more legendaries, another XP slab that's worthless to me, but finally a legendary weapon. And the game loves it so much it quotes 4 here, giving me another. Now back to the Spectre Glass. I would say Wonderlands does a bare minimum. Like your ex-boyfriend, it can't even do that. There's no new enemies, no new quests, no new items. We have to do each mirror 4 times with increasing difficulty, and I cannot tell the difference. So for the other 3 run-throughs, I'm not wasting your time here. We're doing a boss rush, you know it. Although that does mean we have have to make 3 jokes for each one of the boss fights. So just like my D&D character, we are going to be scraping that bottom of the barrel. More like raging, why aren't you dead yet? Yes, I'm stealing their joke. Shut up. More like your family's going to red mourn you. More like why boring. More like red torn, because I tore that bitch up. I really wanted to make a joke based on the raging part of the name here, but what the hell rhymes with raging? Saging, paging. How about raging boner? Redmourn's a crap name anyway. It's a dragon, and I'm dragging my balls across your face. Ding trophy. 5 runs of the first mirror. We can finally move on to the second. Molten Mirrors. That comes with a new cutscene as Vesper talks about protecting everyone we love and building bridges to them, because she used to have a bunch of defense mechanisms keeping her safe or keeping her alone, and I'm immediately faced with a locked gate that I can't find a way to open. But remember that yellow paint from earlier? It graces me again and I can climb up the rocks. I blow open the next gate and I can see our 4 defense mechanisms. Each one has to be taken out. Going through memories and metaphors here, it's timey-wimey nonsense. The first is guarded by thick metal chains that need to be melted. I just have to stand on each button while it lights it up. This should be super easy. It's just a few gobbos and scuttles, but annoyingly enough, they keep bonking me off the button or laying down freaking fire puddles. It took way longer than it should, but I melt the chains, take out a badass gobbo at the end, and the first mechanism's done. The second one I can't quite figure out. I smashed some of the quartz, but others won't break, and I don't know why. It says the waypoint is right below me, and I've got no idea how to get there. So I decide, screw it, I'll go to the third one, I'll be back later. I just have to lower the bridge and do more minecarts. That's right, not only do we have to do all of these mirrors 4 times, but on the second mirror, and they've already ripped off from the first one. You could have done anything. Why are you copy and pasting? Anyway, transport the cart, it blows up the chain. I then go to the 4th one, doing an obstacle course here of mashing hammers and jumping into the portal. This one's even more confusing, because remember, I'm here to destroy defense mechanisms, but I'm setting up defense turrets. Why? I don't know. Try not to think about it, because clearly they never. So I just flip a few switches, the portal opens, and on my way I go. Good news though, I finally figure out the second one. There's red quartz about, they're the ones you need to destroy. I was just dumb and didn't do that. Portal open, I go through, I just do more of the same. Find the red quartz, destroy the quartz. I don't even have to fight any guys here. Then the last portal opens. All the defense mechanisms down, it's time to take on the physical embodiment of attachment issues. Fodor, the Soul Warden. The fight's quite interesting though, because I have to do laps and destroy these crystals, which drops its shield, and then I do as much damage as I can before getting teleported out into this laser obstacle course. And hey, I'm just happy it isn't another freaking minecart. I get to the end of the course, get thrown back into the arena, rinse and repeat here, do the damage, go to another course, make it to the end, destroy the crystals, fight the blow. Rinse and repeat sounds like I'm hating on it, but it's probably the best part of the DLC. Downhill from here. Not wanting to do yet another lap though, I use my action skill, my spell, my best weapon all at the same time, getting ding trophy. I spin the wheel of fate to arm myself for the dangers ahead and get 3 different legendary shields. Are you kidding me? I do find one weapon though, and it's identical to the assault rifle I already have, just in electric flavor. Now I have to do that mirror another 3 times, but first, why not take a trip to Side Quest City? Just kidding, there's not a single side quest in this DLC. Hell, I don't even know if these count as main quests. All I do know is 3 more runs, boss rush. More like Fodor the Soulful Warden, because I'm putting him in the ground. More like War Dead, well, for obvious reasons really. More like dragging my war dick across your face. Ding trophy. 2 mirrors down, 2 to go. The next one takes us to Glutton's Gamble. I think another memory, because it tells us about Ismelda the Witch of the Sand, who I think used to be Vesper. To say she wanted for more of everything. More life, more love, more linguini. And I'm assuming that isn't the bloke from Ratatouille. But to be fair, it could be, because she made a potion that made her able to consume everything. And that meant she got addicted to wanting more, transforming her into a powerful monster. So this mirror has us taking a trip down memory lane as we go on a shopping spree for ingredients for that potion. The first has me murdering a small village until one of them drops the recipe that we need, and then the shopping can begin. The first portal lets me grab some enchanted mushrooms. There are Goombas here which I could squish, much, but to be honest, at this point, I realized I had to do it 4 times anyway, so I'm just wanting to get through it. Shrooms in hand, I go through a portal to the land of goblins. Here, I do need to fight though, because I have to take out the little lads till a badass rocks up, at which point you can call me Jack. I'm not climbing a beanstalk anytime soon, but I am after their magic beans. I do this a few times, then jump in the next portal. Now I have to release a few pirate crabs from cages before we horrifically murder them to steal their limbs for our potion. I start to feel a bit bad about this because I'm literally dropping them from their cages just to kill them. But all of that guilt goes straight out the window when they gave me another fucking legendary shield. They deserve it. Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew or whatever Frodo's mate says. Finally, I have to wake up 5 badass skellies before putting them back to sleep gently and grinding down their bones for our potion. This part's super easy because skellies are not a big fan of poison. I can then finally take on Ismelda the Sand Witch. Honestly, she doesn't do much. She just kind of stands there spinning some barrels around. The hardest part of this fight is me constantly getting knocked off of this little ledge which I had to stand on to fight her. And when I do enough damage, she throws herself into the cauldron like it's Harley Quinn at Ace Chemical. Instead of making her even hotter, it makes her, well, even notter. Ding trophy. You get it by now. 3 more runs. Boss rush. More like Ismelda the Sandwich because I'm eating them Subway style with less of the noncery. Oh my god. None of the noncery. More like I smell her because yuck. More like dragging my sand bitch across your face. Ding trophy. Last and definitely not least, could actually be my favorite mirror, is Coiled Captors. Vesper says this mirror doesn't show us our reflection, but instead reveals who we rarely are. And we see a coiled that I assume was Vesper once upon a time. It says that she wanted to catch the biggest prize, even though she didn't even like fish. She just wanted to be better than everyone else, and doing this led to her freeing a monster. And at this point, I'm starting to think I've played them out of order or something. It doesn't make any sense. I have to fight my way into the temple by taking out some guards. So whilst I do that, let me try and make sense of the story. I think she was young and freed the monster. It made her powerful but get a taste for blood, bringing her to the one I did before this, where she made a potion which made her even more powerful, even more addicted, and transformed her into like a dragon-y monster thing, right? I open the temple door, and here I have to I open the temple doors and I have to break the seal by just shooting the spinny parts. It's not even a puzzle really, you just keep shooting them till they stop and then the door opens. And they keep saying I have to make the water rise, so I do a few more of these spinny puzzles, raising the water levels again, which releases Hammerhead. He's not even a boss, just a badass, so I take him out pretty quick, jump into the portal. It says here I have to survive whilst the water rises. I think it's gonna be super dramatic. I run to the highest ground I can find and fight my way there, killing anyone I can from distance. The water level doesn't even move. I don't think this is timed at all. I think it's one of those ones where you have to just fight all of the enemies, and then when you do that, coincidentally it's done. So if that takes you 10 minutes or 2 minutes, either way it's done when you kill everyone. But I don't know that, so I'm standing at the top level waiting for something to happen, but it takes so long. And once I finish this, the water didn't even rise a centimeter. You pour it onto the lava and you can make your way across to the portal, where I get to do even more pointless shooty spinny puzzles. I don't need to fight the enemies here, so I just don't. You could say I'm not playing the game properly here, just running past the enemies to get to the next shooty puzzles to get through the portal, right? I challenge you, you play something known you have to do it another 4 times without cutting any corners. I've spent this whole time hating on it, so you might think, why is this your favorite mirror then? That's because the boss fight. Chum's the old god, and I guess he's straight up allergic to poison or something because he dies so quick every single time. Ding trophy. Boss rush. More like bums of the old gods. More like slums of the old gods because we're both broke. Please like and subscribe. More like dragging my shark across your face. Ding trophy. And like that, every single trophy, every single mirror done, and we can go back to Vesper here. And I'm gonna let part of this cutscene play because listen how evil she sounds.
But what was lost has been found. The sight of my growing army of lost souls. Of you freeing us all.
She even does the evil laugh and then nothing. That's it. It ends. No fight, no final quest, not even an acknowledgement for finishing the whole DLC. Just that's it. Done. Bye. Ending the DLC like this sums up the title perfectly. Wonderlands from the main game to especially the DLC. What an absolute missed opportunity. What a disappointment. So if you like the video, like it. If you love it, feel free to subscribe. Check out one of the others in the series. I'm having fun. Love you lots.